everyone, welcome back to Sarah's Stories. This is my first story in the new year, and it's an interesting story, and it's about my favorite creature, the elephant. And once again, it's going to be a very short story, so this is something that you can tell your children. And before I begin the story, I want to tell you that my online store is up, and it's called saras-stories.in, and it has a lot of products for children, sensory learning materials. And so if you have toddlers, if you know of toddlers you want to send gifts to, please go and check out the store, and the link is in the description box below. So do click on it and go to the store. If you haven't liked or subscribed to my channel, please do that also. And now with that, let's begin the story of our friend the elephant. Once upon a time, there lived an elephant, his mahout, and the king. And the elephant was very, very big and strong, and the mahout was a very good man. He was very good with the elephants, and all the elephants really loved him. And one day, something happened to the king, and the king called the mahout in. And he said, "Mahout, I want to know how much the elephant weighs. If you don't get me the exact weight, I will have your head roll." So the next day, the mahout went. He kept on figuring out how to do it, how to find out the exact weight of the elephant. And he came back and he said, "Sir, I think he would weigh as much as, about 1,000 sacks of concrete." And the king said, "What do you mean by he would weigh about? I told you to get the exact weight, and I need the exact weight of the elephant. I want to know what it weighs in the last to the last decimal. You have to get me the weight." The mahout was now terrified. He thought, how will I get the weight of an elephant? What kind of a scale would have elephant weight? And he kept on wondering. He thought, all the scales in the kingdom will break down, but I will not be able to find the weight of my dear elephant. And so with that worry, he walked to the river and he sat there. And when he sat there, a holy man came by and he said, "My child, you're looking very worried. What's the matter?" The mahout said, "Nothing that you can do about it, but I think sharing my troubles will really help." "All right. The king wants the exact weight of my elephant, and I don't know how to do it." The sage laughed and he said, "That's it. That's such a small problem." And he called the mahout to the river bank, and he said, "All right, let's do one thing. Why don't you get a boat which is very sturdy?" So the mahout arranged for a boat which was very sturdy. And he said, "All right, now get your elephant and make him stand on the boat." And so this elephant came trumpeting and he stood on the boat. And when he stood on the boat, the sage said, "Now why don't you mark the level till which the boat has gone down?" And the man made a mark. The elephant came off the boat, and once that was done, he asked, "Now what should we do? How will we get the weight?" Now the sage said, "Why don't you get lot of sand and you place the sand on the boat, and when the sand sinks to that level where the mark is made, that is your elephant's weight. Then you'll be able to weigh the sand and find the exact weight of the elephant." The mahout was impressed, and he got a lot of sand and he started pouring it onto the boat. And when he started pouring it onto the boat began to sink, and it went till the mark which the elephant had left on the boat. And that is when he said, "Amazing, I've got the right quantity now. Now all I have to do is get a pair of scales and start measuring the sand." And then all day the mahout worked on getting the weight of the sand, And the next day, when the mahout went to the king, he said, "My elephant weighs 7,500 kilos." And the king was really impressed and he said, "How did you do it?" And that's when the mahout told him about the sage and his wise advice. And the king was pretty impressed, and that was the end of the story. This was a folktale from South India. Now, you must be having many people who must be guiding you at various junctures of life. So if you do have such people, do comment and thank them and send this video to them. They are very, very important in life. They help us from life-threatening situations, and it's really good to have them around, right? So here was a short story for you. That was how to weigh an elephant, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was an insightful story as well about how you can weigh an elephant. And now obviously technology has come up where you can hang an elephant and weigh him. But yeah, that's a good topic that we can see, we can understand, and we can research on that. And if you're interested, go ahead and do that. And meanwhile, I will see you with the next story very, very shortly. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the story with people you think will like it.